The quest for gold for Team USA continues. Let's talk about it.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Kunitz and shot. Penguins win it! Sees part for Crosby to the goal. He scores!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
And on Fane, the shot. He scores! Here's Crosby with a burst of speed up the middle. Gets open. Scores!
We're a collective.
Andy Kyoto is beating Ninamaki's brains in. What a show!
The United States are continuing their pursuit for gold. The women are dominating 6 games and have only allowed 1 goal. 5-0 in all the games, 5-1 against Czechia. But more importantly, you have 5-0 on Canada. And they are facing off against Canada in the gold medal game Thursday, February 19th at 1 p.m. This episode comes out on Tuesday, so get ready. Watch Miracle. Watch the Miracle documentary. Get amped up because USA Women's have a chance to win gold. Josh, how dominant have the United States Women's been this Olympics?
It's been kind of eye-opening. They have been not only dominant in terms of, the score and all that, but it's literally the time of possession in the offensive zone. It is the way that they back check, hunt down loose pucks. I mean, they're literally playing in a league of their own against these other countries. It is borderline embarrassing what they are doing to these other women. It is bad. It is, but impressively bad. You know what I mean? Like
right.
It's we are looking so good that it's making these other countries look that bad. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting a good run, possibly a gold. I was thinking that they'd get to the gold medal game, but in this fashion, no shot.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing that blows my mind after every game is that they're holding these teams under like 15 shots for the entire game.
Yeah.
Some periods they're only getting 1 or 2 shots. That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. So yeah, they are an absolute wagon right now. Super happy for them. Super happy for the publicity that they're getting for their sport and the recognition that they're getting for their sport, because it's only going to carry over for them and hopefully grow, and then kind of keep this wagon going for years and Olympics to come.
Yeah, shame on me for not recognizing their game. All right, so I thought it was just going to be a women's game where it's just like, okay, it's going to be like a 1-2 game every single game.
Pass it around a bunch of time.
Pass it around, no checking, so it's like, okay. But I am pleasantly, I guess, shut up about the situation. I am pleasantly proved wrong about how well the United States women have been playing. Not only that, it is really nice to see some dominance from the United States in general when it comes to hockey. Maybe they should have their own miracle kind of situation, because Canada has been the team for women for what? How long? And then all of a sudden, United States this past couple 4 years has said, that narrative is done. It's the United States. We're going to be the best one. In fact, I think I saw it. The last 7 meetups with Canada, the United States have won all of them. So I think we are going to see the United States women win gold once, I guess for the first time against Canada. So that is really great to see. I'm excited. I'm rooting for them. I know we've been talking and covering the men, but this is equally as exciting. This is equally as important, and I can't wait to have the USA, the red, white, and blue, hoist gold. I guess as the medal, but they can hoist this. Okay, so
have gold wrapped around their necks.
that's right. Have gold. Yeah, I know. It still sounds a little weird. But anyway, there you go. So women, congratulations making it to the gold game. We are watching with anticipation as the United States hopefully could win gold. But that's not the only team that is hungry to get gold against Canada. It is the U.S. men's team that also is equally as impressive as they won their group as Canada did with easy fashion, as 3 games in the preliminary round means absolute dominance. They win their group, and now it's on to a bye week, or I say bye week as if we're watching the NFL, bye couple days, and as the rest of the countries battle out to see who's going to play the U.S., Canada, Finland, and Slovakia. But Josh, what are the matchups as of right now? Okay, the USA is already in the qualifying rounds, the quarterfinals, excuse me, the quarterfinals. And we're still waiting to see who we play, just as I mentioned, Canada, Finland, and Slovakia. What are the matchups, and when do they play, and what does that look like going forward?
All right, so we have 4 games that are going to be the playoffs that allow them access into the quarterfinals. So we have Germany versus France and Switzerland versus Italy, who are the 2 early games, which if you are just clicking onto this video now and you're watching us talk about this live, these 2 games are actively going on right now. They had a puck drop of 6:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're listening to this, you can also be watching Germany versus France, Switzerland versus Italy. Yeah. Not a bad trio to start your Tuesday morning, if you don't mind me saying so. Then at 10:40 puck drop, we have Czechia versus Denmark, and then the afternoon game of Sweden versus Latvia at 3:10. Oh, yeah. So that is the one that we're going to want to be paying attention to, because Sweden versus Latvia will be the team that plays United States in the quarterfinals. Right. So that is going to be huge. The winner of Switzerland versus Italy will be playing Finland. The winner of Germany versus France will be playing Slovakia. And the winner of Czechia versus Denmark will be playing Canada. So those times for Wednesday will be announced, but I'm pretty sure we're already kind of penciled in for 3:10 again, I believe. So 3:10 today, February 17th. You're gonna want to be watching Latvia versus Sweden. Right. Winner of that will be playing the United States on Wednesday, the 18th, also at 3:10. So nice. Buckle up.
And definitely buckle up for that one. And then I believe do you know when the semifinals are? Isn't that Friday? That's Friday, I believe. And
I would imagine just based off of the scheduling and how they're going right now, I would imagine the semifinals will be Friday, and then the gold medal game, as we know, is Sunday morning. Yep.
Which is really inconvenient for all of us, but hey, we're going to make it happen if the United States makes gold. But those are the times. I'm excited. The real question that I want to talk about real quick is kind of the underperformance of Sweden, because we obviously, as Penguins fan, have 2 players on that team, Erik Karlsson and Rickard Rakell. And they've kind of been underperforming. They have a loss when a lot of people thought they were going to take their group. It was going to be the United States, the Canada, and Sweden. Everyone kind of assumed that was kind of be the groupings, but Sweden fell to the 3rd spot due to a loss and goal differential. So Finland and Slovakia jumped them. So it was a very big surprise. And our boys kind of feeling it over there in Milan. They have a chance to beat Latvia and play the United States. Josh, is this where they put the pedal to the metal here, or is it kind of Sweden's time is over and it's Artur Shilov's turn to kind of shut him out and face USA?
Yeah, and that's where it'll be interesting because, Latvia has decent goaltending. You say what you want about Shilov's with the shootout record, but when it comes to just regulation, he is a good goaltender. And then on top of him, they have Elvis Merzlikins, so he's no scrub either. So you have two guys who are able to carry their own against a high-powered team like Sweden. If Sweden is still going to struggle, don't be surprised if Latvia pulls this out, because Latvia was a tough defeat for us. So they were tough to handle. So it'll be interesting, but it'll also be I think kind of what you said, a nice eye opener for Sweden to kind of say, here we go, let's put our horses, let's get our horses out of the stable and let's giddy up here. And thanks. And I thought I'd use a little Phil Bork reference there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I honestly I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens and they just kind of roll over Latvia at the same time. It'll be because that's the thing. If the same Sweden shows up that we got in the preliminaries, don't be surprised if Latvia pulls it out. But if Sweden wakes up, it's dunzo. It's going to be Sweden by a landslide.
100%. I agree with you. I think Sweden does wake up. It's obviously do or die for them. And they're going to have to put on a performance. They have a great team, arguably on paper better than Latvia. So I think I'm predicting that Sweden will play a really good game against Latvia. Like I said, it's do or die. So if they don't win this, it's either going to be super close or just a straight up blowout. I wouldn't be surprised either way. But the team that also has been struggling is the United States. That is a big story that's going around. And it's not just Sweden. It's not just teams that you think wouldn't be playing. Finland is struggling. Yes, they won the second spot over a surprising Slovakia, but you have to understand Finland, Sweden, these guys were supposed to be better than Slovakia. And teams like Czechia played well. Teams like Germany with Leon Draisaitl, they were supposed to be better, and they didn't. They didn't have what it took. So obviously a lot of letdowns, and that letdown has continued into our beloved United States. They have not kind of lived up to the hype. Meanwhile, Canada dominating every single game. They're showing their talent. McDavid's on a breakaway left and right, and they're scoring. Macklin Celebrini is scoring. Sidney Crosby is fourth in points in the Olympics. He's passing the puck. McKinnon, Makar. Oh my gosh, it sounds like an all-star team. When it comes to the Americans, it's a little more blue collar. We mentioned it in our last episode. It's not about the best players, it's about the right ones. But the right ones seem to not be putting on a show. They're kind of just in the trenches and working hard. Right now, the United States are barely coming out with the wins. You see the scores, and yeah, you'll say, oh, 5-2? That seems like a good win. But we were down in that game. We were down 2-1. And say what you will about refs, say what you will about some situational stuff that happened in these games, but it's still on the United States to put on a show. It's still on them to be dominant, still on them to be the team that we expected them to be. And they're not there. They do have 3 wins. They have 3 definitive wins, but unfortunately, they just haven't been exciting. Josh, do you think they're holding on? Do you think they're doing what Sidney Crosby was doing leading up to the Olympics? Not going all out, not going crazy, but kind of just slowly meshing, slowly working with one another, that when the time came, like, I don't know, a quarterfinal against a hungry Sweden or a hungry Latvia team, they can downright destroy to get ready for that semifinal. Do you think they're kind of withholding their might a little bit here?
I sure hope so, because from what I've seen these last 3 games, I'm not loving it. I actually put it in our Discord. Give me the college guys, because maybe I'm just expecting, because we're the United States, like you said, let's put on a show. Let's light the lamp. Let's score every chance we get. Seems like we're just passing it around just to pass it around for a while. Kind of like the old, they teach in Pee Wee hockey and stuff, where you got to pass twice before you shoot type thing. It's kind of annoying. I kind of want a show. I don't want, grinded out hockey, which I get you're going to get sometimes. But when it's the Olympics and you have this much talent and firepower on one roster, I want to see goals. I want to see goals. I think it was crazy that Finland beat Italy 11-0, and the United States are winning by three goals. Like, that's not cool. Like, we should be better than Finland. Just putting it out there. We should be better than Finland.
Yeah.
And they put up 11 on Italy. Like, come on now. Like, this is where I'm not liking the way they're playing in terms of the passes. They're not crisp. Sure, they don't have to be crisp, but they're not even on target. They're missing them in front. They're missing behind. We can't skate. Every time we enter into zone, someone's on the ground. Like, I don't know if it's the ice surface. I don't know if it's our blades. I don't know what it is, but it seems sloppy most of the time. And usually a goal or two is a sloppy goal. And I'm not saying that you're not, like, again, we talk about it on our podcast. You need sloppy goals to win sometimes. And I get that. But again, with how much firepower we have, why aren't we just rifling them in every time? And I get
Absolutely.
it. These goaltenders are elite. These are the best in the world goaltenders. Understood. However, these are best in the world goal scorers.
Yeah.
Usually goal scoring wins. Okay. That's just the nature of the beast. But I don't know. I mentioned it off air. I'm going to be watching Sweden, Latvia intentionally and closely to see how much I actually believe in the United States against that winner going into Wednesday's quarterfinal matchup, because I'm not going to lie, I'm nervous.
And that's fair. I think a lot of people are going to be watching this, including the whole entire United States team. I think they're going to be watching that game very closely. What it seems like to me is that the United States start off very rough. Those are the weak goals. Those are the rough goals, the sloppy ones, the barely get by goals. But as soon as we get a lead, then we start lighting up the lamp. And I don't like that mentality. And I know what you guys are all going to say. Oh, it's because of Mike Sullivan. It's Mike Sullivan's problem. Listen, he's coaching an all-star team. Okay? It's not that hard to coach an all-star team. It's basically, hey, you guys know what to do in the offensive zone. You're here for a reason. Let's try to find each other, and let's try to put it back in net. That's the extent of the coaching. Now, you could put drills, you could do all this together and all that. Legs feed the wolf, whatever. Make sure you're playing for 60 minutes. But you start this game so sloppy. You start this game slow, passing the puck. You're like you just said, you're missing the puck. You're running into each other in the offensive zone. It's just absolutely so dumb. And then when we get going, oh, it's 2-1, oh, 3-1, oh, 4-1, and now we start playing. But it's late second period, early third, and we know Mike Sullivan, when you have a lead, what happens? They just coast, and they coast. That's not going to work against Canada. That's just
No.
hands down won't work versus Canada. If you have a lead, you better keep when you. It's kind of like when Herb Brooks says, "Whoever scores on I forget the Russian.
Yeah, the Russian goalie. Yeah.
Tretiak, I think it is. But if you score against him, keep the puck.
Yeah.
Basically meaning if you score, you keep shooting the puck because it's not going to happen often. That's what's going to be the Canadian game. If you score, keep on scoring. Keep on shooting. Because guess what? We're not going to be given any free goals against Canada. We may not even be given any free goals against the winner of Latvia and Sweden. So we have to be very, very intentional going into these games. We have to be on point. Yeah, be physical. For sure. That's our brand. Be physical. Yeah. Hit guys. But make sure when you hit the guy, you recover the puck, send it down the ice so it's a 2-on-1 and we get an easy goal. That's what I'm looking for from the United States. It's going to be a physical game, whoever we play next. Latvia, Sweden, it's going to be a physical game. It's do or die. And yeah, we haven't been playing the best. We need to start being super intentional when we're playing. Every single game, every single shift, it needs to have that Four Nations mentality. We played against Sweden in the Four Nations. We're playing Four Nations rivals probably going forward. Well, who was it? Finland was in there. So you have, I think it was U.S., Sweden, Canada, and Finland.
Sounds right.
I'm pretty sure those were the guys. Those are our potential matchups going until the gold medal game.
Yeah.
We could be facing Sweden. We could be facing Finland. We could be facing Canada in the gold. That's a realistic matchup going forward. We got to have this Four Nations mentality. Go in there. We got to throw everything at them. Everything, including the kitchen sink. What's the expression?
Yeah, everything but the kitchen sink. Yeah,
that's the expression. Everything but the kitchen sink. That's what we need to be doing. Send it all. Because guess what? It's not going to be easy, and this is a test for the United States. We have to be super quick. Now, you guys aren't going to get an episode from us until the results of this Olympics. Okay? So this is it. We're waiting with anticipation with you guys at home with these Olympics. We're going to be watching closely tomorrow. We're going to be watching, today. We're going to be watching
Wednesday.
Closely, Wednesday. And then, obviously, everything hinges on that Friday, Sunday morning. But you get to watch live with us. So make sure you're watching live on our YouTube, our X, and our TikTok. We go live right after the final horn, and we get to live react with you. So make sure you are joining us. It's a 3:10 start. Most likely it's around 5:30 p.m. to 5:45 p.m. that we go live right after the final horn. So stay tuned for that.
All right, guys, now it's your turn. We want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below. Can USA do it? Can they pull out the gold medal in the 2026 Olympics in Milan, or will they fall short? Let us know your predictions, where they're going to be at, and drop it in the comment below, and make sure you also like the video. Like Louie mentioned, follow us on all social media platforms at Pens Collective to make sure that you join us live after the quarterfinal, the semifinal, and the final. If we get there. We will see. But we are on all platforms at Pens Collective. And like Louie said, we go live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We'll see you guys after the quarterfinal on Wednesday. Louie, as always,
Go USA! 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 USA!